Here's the part 4.
4.
Okay, so to clarify, it is the Schnitzelbank song. There is an Animaniacs episode, like from the old Animaniacs, not the current one, that has the Schnitzelbank song in it, and it's like, ist das nicht ein Schnitzelbank? Ja, das ist ein Schnitzelbank. Ist das nicht ein Kurzenlang? Ja, das ist ein Kurzenlang. Kurzenlang, Schnitzelbank. Arjuna, Schnitzelbank. And it continues with all of these different rhymey things. Kurzenlang, hidden here. Yeah. I had to learn it at some point. It did not stick with me as well as other things like, I don't know, the Fritz der Frosch song, which like teaches you how to say hello in German, and you're a frog named Fritz.
Naturally.
But you know, lots of like weird things stick in your brain when you learn German or any other language, I assume, because there's all of these like weird things to help you remember it. So
every time I see a cow, I think Paraguay. because person who was involved in the revolution of Paraguay was Cabeza de Vaca, which means head of cow. So you remember that cow? Paraguay.
Sure.
Naturally. Yes. Anyway, we have other questions to answer.
I have run out of questions, by the way, so if anybody wants to send me more...
If you want to send more questions, go for it.
That's fine. This might be the last video otherwise, so...
Because I have, like, one good question and 2 other questions.
Oh.
Other questions, we'll start with the other questions. From Emily, why are you two so cute? And there's a bunch of exclamation and question marks after that.
Why are we cute?
Well, there was a government project that was started in about 1987 to develop the cuteness of a nerdy couple. This is true. This is why I'm not sure that we can have children, because they might be the cutest things ever. Yeah, it was believed that we were going to be in some sort of adorable off against the Soviet Union. However, with the collapse of the USSR, it was found that it was no longer a crucial part of our national defense. But, I mean, the project was still underway, so they released us into the wild.
We'd already been born by 1987.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were born before 1987. It was developing and amplifying the cuteness.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean, okay? You were involved in this project, too. Don't act like this is the first time you've heard it. Maintain some sort of plausibility. Come on! So, basically, if the country finds itself in the need of extreme cuteness...
Our children are going to be ultra creepy? Just in case you were wondering.
In case, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot. So now you know.
If we ever have children, they'll be ultra creepy.
Do.
Before you know.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I don't know why we're so cute, other than that we're insufferable, and people have told us that since basically we started dating.
We are beyond insufferable.
Yeah.
So thank you to the people who put up with us.
Yeah.
Next question I have from Pointless Like a Circle. Do you think Shelob from Lord of the Rings is a girl boss?
Okay, so I read this several minutes ago, and I fell backwards laughing for like a good minute and a half. Why is Shelob a girl boss?
I mean, like, it's especially funny to me because since I've been playing Shadows of Mordor, and Shadows of Mordor does this weird thing where they decide that Shelob, just being a spider is not enough. She needs to be an attractive woman. Which is an interesting choice. There's a lot of interesting choices in Shadows of Mordor. I enjoy it as a game. I do not necessarily see how it fits well into Lord of the Rings canon in any way. But yes, I believe Shelob is a girl boss. She has effectively used girl power to terrorize orcs of Mordor. And yeah. And then we have...
No, do I get to chime in a little
Oh,
bit?
no, I thought you... Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna...
That was a little bit... Thank you.
Wow! Way to be a man of the patriarchy!
Go on. Go on. You can answer your question.
Jeez! Goodness. Are we done?
Are you done? Continue.
No.
Answer your question. Answer the question.
Oh.
Give us your input.
We're
waiting for your answer here.
I was gonna say in my brain, for some reason, and this probably has to do with, because it was probably around the same time that I was introduced to both, but Shelob and have you seen Krull? In Krull, there is this whole, like, side storyline where this magician has to go, like, confront his ex-lover who has been turned into a spider in this web in order to get a thing from her to, like, help the main character get, like, to find his lost love that he's trying to rescue. Anyways, yeah, both of them are girl bosses. So, but yeah, for some reason in my brain there's always been, like, this kind of weird connection between Shelob and the, like, Black Widow or White Widow, whatever they call her in Krull, and that whole thing. And, you know, spiders are fucking awesome.
Huh?
And deadly, and yeah, I don't know. I'm done. This is my drunkenness.
Okay. And then the last question we have is from Anonymous. What is a nerdy thing that you differ on opinion from the crowd that would be construed as weird? Like, I get a lot of negative for not liking Battlestar Galactica, the modern one. The first thing that comes to mind for me is that I don't think the Christopher Nolan movies are very good Batman movies.
They're horrible Batman movies.
Like, I feel like Batman is misrepresented or poorly done in a lot of more recent cinema because he is not shown as somebody who is a good detective. He's not shown, like, he's shown a lot as, like, the worst of Iron Man's traits, where he's like, I have gadgets and that can solve anything, whereas I feel like Batman needs to be a better detective. Batman needs to be adopting orphans at the drop of a hat. He needs to be someone who is very intelligent and intuitive and empathetic. I also feel like, just tangentially related to this, Brandon Routh is a better Superman than he was given credit for.
So true.
And
So
I mean,
true.
part of that is just because I love Brandon Routh, and he is just...
Part of that is also just because you super love Legends of Tomorrow.
And he was great on Arrow, too.
Yeah.
Like, when he left Arrow was kind of when it started to go downhill for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Any thoughts on your opinions that may stray from nerd orthodoxy?
Ooh. I mean, I'm sure I have some. I mean, depending on who you talk to, I stopped watching Supernatural around season 12, so, like, before season 12, so that definitely strays from certain nerds' orthodoxy. I mean, I feel like there is no one nerd orthodoxy. So, yeah. I agree with you pretty much on the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. They're like my least favorite Batman movies. Like, I'm not saying that I would take George Clooney Batman movies, but like up through up through Val Kilmer, I'll take the Batman movies. Like George Clooney, that's just whatever. Although I did really like Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, and I liked that whole thing. And Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't bad necessarily as Mr. Freeze, but the rest of that movie. Anyways,
I feel like the Christopher Nolan movies, in one thing that they did was casting Michael Caine as Alfred was an excellent choice.
True. And I mean, it could be worse. It could be and no offense to Henry Cavill, because I enjoy him in many other things, but it could be the Henry Cavill Superman movies.
See, like I feel like the Henry Cavill Superman movies run into the same problem the Brandon Routh ones do, where Henry Cavill could be a good Superman, but he has been given a very poor script to work from.
Well, no, see, I think the problem with the Brandon Routh movie, they just really wanted him to be
Christopher Reeves. Yeah.
Which I didn't necessarily have a problem with. I think he did a very good job of being as Christopher Reeves as he could be. That's actually why, of the later Superman movies, the one that he did is probably my favorite. I don't particularly like the ones that Henry Cavill did, or Batman Superman right out. Like, I watched that shit and I'm like, that and there are only two movies in my brain that I want the time back from, and that's the Batman Superman movie and Nacho Libre. Like, those are the only two movies that I wish I could have literally the time that I spent watching them back from my life. No offense to Jack Black, because I do enjoy him in many other things. I did not enjoy Nacho Libre at all. And I did not enjoy Batman versus Superman.
Which movie would you prefer to have erased from your memory more? Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not entirely sure that you have seen this one all the way through.
What?
I was gonna say Nacho Libre or Napoleon Dynamite.
I've watched Napoleon Dynamite all the way through. I did. Okay, so I watched only reason I didn't really have any interest in Napoleon Dynamite, and I was very anti-Napoleon Dynamite until we moved to Logan, Utah, which is literally 20 minutes from the Idaho border and the town in which Napoleon Dynamite is set.
And then you realize that a lot of Napoleon Dynamite isn't necessarily humor, it's just what it's like living there.
Yeah, what it's like living in that particular town in Idaho. And so I did watch Napoleon Dynamite. I don't remember enough of it. I didn't necessarily feel like I needed my life, like, the hours back after watching it, in the same way that I did Nacho Libre or Batman vs. Superman. I don't think I actually ever watched the full Superman movie that they did with him. I don't remember what that was called.
Man of Steel?
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched Man of Steel in full.
Man of Steel bothered me. I don't know. I think I probably complained about this before, because I complained about it a lot. Man of Steel bothered me in the way that it portrayed Pa Kent basically being like, "Hey, Clark, let me die instead of saving my life, because it's more important to keep your identity hidden than save my life." But Pa Kent is going to run out to save a dog's life, but doesn't want Superman to save his. I don't know. It was dumb. Never mind. It's not important. I've complained about it before. It's just, it bothers that one of the basic things that they have Superman showing is that he is putting his self-interest above saving people. And that is the antithesis of Superman to me. And that's basically why I've always had a problem with the scripts they've given Henry Cavill Superman.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, I enjoyed the Brandon Routh movie to a certain degree. It was definitely very obvious.
It was definitely Brandon Routh playing Christopher Reeves and what's his face playing Gene Hackman.
Yeah. That was my problem with it, is they were obviously trying to make a sequel or another continuation of the 80s Superman movies with it. And then Man of Steel was a complete departure, but that was a departure to me in the wrong direction. Much like the Christopher Nolan Batman movies were a departure in the wrong direction of Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
There was
I mean,
something else
that...
I was going to throw in there based on something else you said, but I don't remember what it was.
Something else.
But there was a tangent in there that I was going to throw in, but I've forgotten what it was at this point now.
You know, say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's what we've got for right now, and those are our answers. Those are the questions we've gotten so far. So if anybody has other things they want to ask us,
it's only 9:00.
Send things.
We can be drunk longer,
or don't. I'm
or
not
don't.
your dad anyway.
Yeah. But if you want more drunkenness from us, now's the time to ask questions.
This is true.
You don't need to like or subscribe to us, that's for sure. But send us more questions. We'd like that.
Bye, Internet.
Bye,
Talk
Internet.
to you later. Maybe?
Question mark?
...